Hello, Mabel.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too. Thank you for joining us. And everyone, welcome to Cohort 14 demo session. Today we have a wonderful speaker with us today, who's Mabel. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but I'm just gonna give now a quick introduction about Mabel, and then we can go ahead and see if there's anything missing, and start with your presentation. So Mabel is actually currently working as SubWallet's Business Development Executive. So she has a lot of people's enthusiasm for learning and sharing knowledge, and that is what fuels her passion for Web3 and startups. So Mabel's work allows her to leverage her own knowledge and skills to help users access Web3 more easily using SubWallet as their Polkadot and Web3 gateway. So if any of you have any questions to Mabel during the presentation, we'd love to hear them, and we will come back to the questions after the talk. But Mabel, incredibly excited to listen to your presentation, and I'll give it over to you.
Thank you so much. So, hi everyone, it's great to see you guys here. I am Mabel. As introduced, I am currently working at SubWallet. I'm from the business development team, and I am more than thrilled and honored to be invited here today to share what I know about crypto wallets and especially SubWallets. So please give me a second while I share my screen. Okay, I hope you guys can see and hear me well. I think before going over to the definition of a crypto wallet, I would like to quickly go over what Web3 is and what is a dApp. So to put it in simple terms, Web3 is a blockchain integrated internet where cryptocurrencies and NFTs are built into the platforms that you use. You may be more familiar with Web 1 and Web 2, where Web 1 refers to the internet, where it's mostly fixed web pages that are run on an open source protocol and where you can read and download information. And for Web 2, it refers to the platform economy, where people can upload and download contents. And as we all know, it is mostly dominated by very few platforms and corporations. So now we are heading towards Web 3, which is the latest version of the internet. And it is believed to be able to shift the internet ownership back to the users and the community while still maintaining the advanced functionality as seen in Web 2. So on Web 3, you are definitely going to run into something called a dApp. So what is it exactly? It is a decentralized applications, and these digital applications exist on a blockchain instead of one computer. This allows them to be free from the control of one single authority. And in order to enter the Web3 world and interact with a dApp, you are definitely going to need a crypto wallet. So basically, a crypto wallet is like a gateway to your Web3 universe. So what is a crypto wallet exactly? It is a software program or a physical device that allows you to track your crypto balances, send or receive crypto transactions. So please note that the crypto itself isn't locked into your wallet per se, your wallet actually allows you to interact with the crypto that exists on the blockchain. So with it, you can move, for example, move your crypto elsewhere, creating a transaction. So in a crypto wallet, you are going to have to pay really careful notice to two things, the public key and the private key. The public key is derived from the private key, and it acts as an address for your wallet. So for example, you can have various public keys that you give out as different public addresses, which you can later use to receive crypto to one single wallet that you own. And for the private key, it can be a little trickier for new users that I'm going to go into details later in my presentation. Basically, just understand that anyone who has access to your private key can take control of the balance. So be extra careful with this one. Typically, a crypto wallet can come in two categories, a software wallet and a hardware wallet. So a software wallet can be a browser extension, it can be a web app or a mobile app, and it's also often called a hard wallet because it stores the private keys online, and it makes transferring cryptocurrencies and managing crypto balance really easy for users. And for hardware wallets, it is usually a physical device that you can plug into your computer. So for hardware wallets, your private keys are stored offline or in a cold storage. And in order to interact with the computer, a hardware wallet will likely need something like a web-based interface, an app, or a software wallet. So to go into SubWallet, basically we are a non-custodial hot wallet built on the Substrate framework. So non-custodial just means that we are not hosted by any other third party, and our users' data are theirs only. So they are the only one with access to their accounts and their data, including their private keys. We made it our mission very early on to ultimately becoming a Web3 multiverse gateway that can help crypto users get on board into the Web3 universe easily. We are also part of the Substrate Builders program. We have finished the third milestone recently, and we have also been funded twice by the Polkadot Treasury. So what can you do with SubWallet exactly? Basically, almost everything. You can monitor your multi-chain assets balance. You can send and receive assets, aka tokens, with a few simple taps. You can verify your transactions, sign your transactions on Web3, as well as managing your portfolio. We also support NFTs management and transfer. So we are very proud to be the very first wallet that supports NFT asset management and transference in Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem. We also are one of the first to support in-app staking. So instead of having to go on a different dashboard, you can choose the validator and stake right on the browser extension. You can also track your crowd loan activities without a glitch. And we are also compatible with MetaMask. So for example, if you have already had a MetaMask account before, you can easily import it into SubWallet using a JSON file or your private key, and then manage your EVM access on SubWallet. So we are pretty proud to say that up until now, SubWallet has supported about 150 networks, including all substrate-based network, EVM networks such as Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, all networks in the Octopus network from the NEAR ecosystem, and we plan to support more and more blockchains in the future. We are also one of the first wallets in the ecosystem to support hardware wallets, including Ledger, Parity Signer, and Keystone, as you can see here. So basically what this allows us to do is that it allows us to support by our users by helping them manage their assets and sign transaction on Web3 dApps via SubWallet, but they can still keep their private keys safe on an offline cold wallet. And since user security is always a top priority, we are proud to say we are non-custodial, and our team keep our source code fully open, so everyone can go to our GitHub, check on our building activities, our progress, and raise issues whenever needed. And by consistently improving our features, as well as adding our new chains and new supports for tokens, by the end of 2022, we have become the first Polkadot wallet to be available both as a browser extension and mobile app. We have over 35,000 installs both on the extension and mobile app from over 100 countries. And we have gained about 25,000 weekly active users. So to take a deeper dive into the crypto wallet keys, like I said before, the public keys are derived from a private key. So what the public key is mainly used to encrypt data, and therefore it can be shared with anyone, while a private key is used for the decryption of data, so it must stay secure. To make it easier for you to envision the flow, basically to receive your crypto asset, you have to request a transaction to a public address, which is your public key. And then to spend that crypto assets, you have to digitally sign a transaction using your private key. Here is what a public key can look like. Public keys on the same wallet can look different depending on the network or the chains that your crypto assets exist on. For example, here in SubWallet, you can easily find your public address by turning on the network that you of choice here on the little tab here, and then clicking this icon next to the public address to copy it and use it to receive crypto assets. And and when you create a new wallet, a new SubWallet account, there will be a unique mnemonic phrase or seed phrase created for your new account, and it looks like this. Please note that this never share your private key with anyone. This private key is simply for me to demonstrate for you guys what it can look like. So when you create your own account, remember to keep yours really secure and private. So what this seed phrase or private key can do for you is that it will allow you to manage your wallet account and crypto assets, and usually it will be in the form of a 12 or 24 words series, in 24 words series of words that allows you to allow access to your crypto wallet. So for this, you must write down your seed phrase precisely and in this exact order before storing it. And never, like I said, never enter your seed phrase on a device that you don't trust. And anyone who gets your seed phrase can take your crypto assets. So The best practice, I think, for storing your private keys or your seed phrases is to write it down on a piece of paper and store it somewhere offline. Because as you know, keeping your seed phrases on digital devices like desktop or Google Drive can come with a certain type of risk, since all the Web3 tech giants are still collecting user data. So please notice this and keep your seed phrase safe. And similarly, when you interact with the Web3 universe, it's important to keep your guard up to avoid scams, because Web3's anonymity can be taken advantage of. So remember to never trust, always verify. And doing your own research on people, dApps, wallet addresses, and etc. are extremely important to avoid getting scammed. And as a wallet, what we can also do to help you guys avoid this is since we have integrated the Polkadot.js list of phishing website and addresses, we can therefore help you guys block or warn our users about sites and addresses that have been reported as scam by the community before. So how do you open and use SubWallet? Both the SubWallet desktop browser and extension can be found on your Play Store, on your app stores, or to make it easier, you can also go to the SubWallet website here, go to the download section and download a browser extension or mobile app that you like to use. In order to help you visualize this, I think I'm going to demonstrate it right on my screen. Okay, let me. So here's the SubWallet website. You can go to our website and click download here or download here, and then choose your, for example, if I'm downloading the browser extension, you can choose the browser that you're using. And then you will be directed into the web store. Here I have installed the browser extension already, as you can see, and it will show up here. This is the interface of the SubWallet extension, as you can see. So when you have installed SubWallet, you can either create a new account or import your existing account into our SubWallet. So for example, here, so let me remove this and download it again. Okay, once you have installed it, this will be the first interface that you see. So you can click get started and you can create a new account here, which will then you will be directed into this interface where you can choose to create a substrate account, which is a Polkadot native account or an EVM account or both. And this is the mnemonic seed phrase that I mentioned earlier. Please note that you can never share this seed phrase to anybody else. This is simply for demonstration. So once you have copied this seed phrase and store it somewhere, you can go ahead and click next step, set up a password. And there you have it. Now you have a SubWallet account. You can also import your existing account from a seed phrase, from a private key, QR code, or you can import it from a JSON file. So for example, if I want to import this seed phrase of another account that I have to SubWallet, I can click import account from seed phrase and then paste my seed phrase in this section, choose the account that I want, the type of account that I want to create, and then click here, set up a new password, and add the account with the supplied seeds. You can also change the name here if you like. And that is how you open a SubWallet account. Now, in order to use SubWallet features, because we have a pretty comprehensive set of features, I think I'm going to just demonstrate a few simple features for you guys to see. So if you want to send and receive tokens, basically what you do is you go into an account that you would like to send your tokens from, and you click this send icon. You choose a token that you would like to send here, for example, and then choose a receiving account. Enter the amount, and make the transfer. And then here it will require you to sign the transaction by entering the password that you created when you first import your account into the wallet, or when you first created a new account. And you can also do the same thing, send and receive NFTs. For example, here I have a SubWallet NFT. And when I click in the NFT, I can send it here by clicking this button. Then I choose a receiving address, in which case I'm going to choose this wallet address, and then hit send. Enter my password, hit confirm. And when it shows up that the transfer has been successful, I can go back to home and I can check on my collection here. The NFT has been sent, so it is no longer in this account. When you go over to my receiving account, you can see that it has received an NFT here. So that is how you send and receive NFTs on SubWallet. I hope I didn't do it too fast. And if you have any questions, just leave it in the chat and I will come back to it. Okay, and for staking, because we support in-app staking, you can easily go into staking here. If you don't see the network or chains that you want to do the staking on, just simply click this part. You click onto custom networks and find your network and then turn it on. when you hit done and you come back, you're going to see it shows up here. For example, if now I want to stick some T0 into the LF0 testnet, I can hit stick more here. And then it will show up a list of validators that I can choose from. And here, if you click onto a validator, it's going to show some like basic information of the validator that might be helpful to you. And when you decided to start staking, you can hit this button, enter the amount that you would like to stake, hit next, then sign the transaction, confirm, and there you have it. I have successfully staked some T0, and my active stake can be seen over here. So that is all the way that you can use the features on SubWallet. One of my favorite features on SubWallet though is the QR signer, which allows me to easily sync between my mobile account and my desktop browser account. So I would like to show you how I do that. For example, if I want to import my Test1 account into my into the mobile app that I have on my mobile device, I can click export account here, enter my password, choose QR, where it will show a QR code that is my account, and then I can open, I hope you can see, I can open SubWallet on my phone. Okay, I can open SubWallet on my phone that will that has an import account. But oh wait, can you hold on? Let me turn off my. Okay, so on the SubWallet mobile app, you can go into this 3- section and then click account, where it will allow you to import another account here using the QR code. So this is what it will look like. And now I will use this to scan the QR that is on my screen. And here is what it will look like once I've done scanning. And now I can enter the wallet, a new wallet password, and then hit import. And then the account will be imported into my mobile device. This as well. So this is how I can sync my account cross devices and check my balance on whichever device that I like. So I think that is it for my presentation. Now I think I can do a live transaction with a member of the unit network team to just show you guys what happens in real life when in real time when you transfer an assets using SubWallet.
Okay, sure. Let's do that. So what do you need now to execute it? Hello, so can you hear me?
Hi, hello.
Right. So yeah, so you wanted to do a transaction. So let's showcase it.
Okay, got it. So I think, can me and Alexandra share the screen at the same time?
I don't think that's going to be possible. I think one of you will have to share.
Okay, I see. So I'm just going to share my screen first, to show you, if I want to receive, say, some crypto assets from Alexandra, I can click onto SubWallet and then choose, here's the general wallet address, and I can click here to copy it, and then when I send it to Alexandra, he can demonstrate for you on the screen how he sent the assets to me. So
Yes,
here I have copied the wallet address. Now I think I can leave it in the chat, right?
yes, please do.
Okay, I'm going to copy it here.
Mhm.
Okay, have you
Okay,
seen my?
great.
Yeah.
Mhm. As you can all see, Mabel sent her address. So what I'm going to do is, well, share my screen first, of course. But after that, what I'm going to do is, I cannot see, wait, maybe I should stop sharing. But what I'm going to do is I will just left click, copy her address. Now I'm going to share my screen. And what I did as well, while Mabel was giving the demonstration of how to open a wallet, I opened my wallet, a new wallet as well. And what I did here is I transferred to Polkadot to the new wallet. And now I'm going to send this amount to Mabel. And please keep in mind that I'm located in Belgium and Mabel is located in Vietnam. And you will see how long it takes for me to send her the amount, basically. I'm going to send the whole amount. Wait, you have also the extension, I think, deposit rights. Wait, send to address.
Yeah, you can choose, you have to like paste my address into the send to address section.
Okay, cool. Like this. And then I have, but why is your address not, okay, now, okay. I'll transfer one dot, make transfer. As you see, it asks me for the password. Going to add the password. I'm waiting for it to be confirmed. Transaction successful. I'm going to go back. You can also click on view transaction if you would like to, instead of back to home. And here you have Subscan. This is basically, it shows all the transactions on the Polkadot blockchain. And here you can see basically what has happened. Let's say the transaction that I did was 27, 28, 29 seconds ago. The number of the block on the blockchain that has this transaction, for instance. I'm not going to go now too much into what hashes mean, but I'm going to go through the very basic things. Here it's 0.01 dot that is given as a fee to the validators of the node. And basically here you can also see certain events of it as well. So this is it. And I think by this point, Mabel should have received the amount. Is that correct, Mabel? Could you share your screen? indeed. So as you can see, you have one dot here, and this basically, well, the point of also of the transaction is not only to show you how to do the transaction, of course, but also to show you that, as I said, Mabel is in Vietnam, I'm in Belgium. Normally, if I would send her, $6, one dot from Belgium to Vietnam, first of all, that's not possible because it's a very small amount, of course. But secondly, even if I would send a bigger amount, whether that would be $100, $1,000 or so forth, it would take 3 to 5 business days at minimum, and the fee would be much more than 0.001 dot, which I'm not even sure if it is 1 cent. It may be even less than 1 cent. Yep, that's more or less the demonstration in terms of that. And I don't think we have anything else to show in terms of how to do transactions. I hope it was, slow enough for people to find it. But other than that, you just click, on the second button, you transfer it, and that's basically it. And now back to Mabel.
Awesome, thank you. So, of course, if you still need any more like tutorial, you can always go to the SubWallet website. There is a documentation section where you can find our user guideline, and you can also find other tutorials on our YouTube channel. And yeah, and so I think I will go over the chat to see if there are any questions.
Yeah, so some people were asking about why should you use SubWallet? Like, how is it different from MetaMask, and why shouldn't you just use MetaMask instead? So maybe you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically in terms of support for the Polkadot and Kusama ecosystem, I think since we are basically a kind of like a native wallet, we can keep in touch with the parachains, relay chains a little bit better. And also maybe this depends on like personal preference, but I think the MetaMask user interface can be a little tricky sometimes. And on SubWallet, for example, like you can see earlier, we have supported all the networks, and if you want to switch into another network or another chain, you can simply turn it on within the browser extension instead of going to another dashboard and importing a network inside the wallet yourself. So I think that can be quite helpful for users. And of course, as I said, MetaMask actually doesn't support substrate networks. And as I shared before, we support all the networks that are built on the substrate framework. And we also support EVM networks. So instead of having to use a separate wallet for an EVM for EVM networks and a separate wallet for substrate networks, you can now use SubWallet and manage all your EVM as well as substrate-based balance on one extension.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the explanation. Also, there are some people a little bit confused here in the chat about what is EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine. Could you tell us a little bit more about what that means?
Okay, I will, since I'm not like a tech gal, so I don't know if the terminologies that I use are correct, but I will try my best. So EVM is the Ethereum virtual machine, which to simply speaking, it is like a middleman in connecting smart contracts on the Ethereum network. Is that a good enough explanation? I hope that's easy to understand.
Okay, awesome. So, but how does that link with Polkadot?
Oh, can you repeat? I'm sorry.
How does that link with Polkadot?
So okay, it's I think I'm going to say a little more. I think this goes back a little bit in history because the creator of the Ethereum blockchain also created Polkadot. And how do I put this? So there's a thing in the blockchain world called the blockchain trilemma, where they say that there are three factors, which is decentralization, scalability, and security. And in blockchain, you can only assure that you can only achieve like two things at a time. So that is why Gavin Wood, who is the creator of Polkadot, decided to create it in order to solve that trilemma. So the technology that Polkadot is built on is currently considered the best to deal with that trilemma, and it has been planned from the beginning to later become like a multi-chain blockchain. So it will eventually be able to connect with all the other blockchain instead of what we see right now, which is like every blockchain is a separate universe and it has no connection in between those universe. But Polkadot is set to solve that problem.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Right. Someone as well is saying that they would have to have SubWallet down at the Dot Safari. Hopefully, you will make it in real life to this first event in Africa happening in Nairobi, end of March.
We'd love to.
Amazing. Right. Anyone else have any questions? I know we've had quite a lot of stuff here in the chat about EVM, but we've already, I think, kind of covered that part. Also, some people are they're asking if you can use SubWallet in MetaMask. So could you also maybe touch upon that?
Yeah, using SubWallet on MetaMask. Right. So with MetaMask, you can okay, so because we are MetaMask compatible, so if you have a MetaMask account, you can choose to export the private key or the recovery phrase. And then like I have demonstrated earlier, you can import your MetaMask account into SubWallet using the recovery phrase, which is basically the seed phrase, or the private key, and then manage your EVM access on SubWallet, as well as other assets like Substrate, etc.
Okay, that's awesome. Right. Does anyone have any questions? We still have a few minutes left for any last questions. So now it's a great opportunity to tap into Mabel's experience. And if you want to learn more about Polkadot ecosystem, if you want to learn more about SubWallet, how wallets work, it's a great now opportunity to ask any questions. Okay, it seems like Okay, one question just popped out here in the chat by Shayna. When would be the best time to purchase a cold storage? Should we consider a certain amount of digital assets first?
Okay, I'm assuming that by cold storage, you mean a cold wallet, right? Like a hardware wallet. And I think that really depends on your personal need, because hardware wallets, if you have like a large amount of crypto assets, then it is really best to store it on a hardware wallet, because then your private keys will be stored offline, and so it will be way less risky to manage all your crypto balances. So I mean, if you have the financial background for it, if you have enough budget, then it is really best if you can use a hardware wallet as soon as possible, I think. And as I showed earlier, it's pretty easy to connect with SubWallet and manage your access there. So if you're capable of it, go ahead.
Awesome. Right. There is another question that we have from Misipa, and Misipa was wondering, since we have all on one network, does that mean that this opens up concerns regarding cyber threats and just in general security concerns?
Yeah, can you elaborate maybe on the question? What do you mean by having all on one network?
Yeah, if you could, Isipa, tell us a little bit more about what you meant here in the chat, that would be great. And then we have another question here by Valerie. To what extent can we trust the
yeah, so I think I can maybe answer that one first. So like I said before, definitely always verify yourself, do your own research. For example, for SubWallet, we have been independently audited by another party. You can find the audit report from our website. Our GitHub is fully open sourced, so you can check our activities and see if we also have a very clear like user privacy policy, so you can check that. And yeah, definitely for a hard wallet, you definitely should like keep an eye on maybe what data do they collect, and how open are the team behind them, about their source code, and how I'd say verified are the team members.
Okay, thank you. Right, then Sanjit is asking, how do wallets contribute or work with smart contracts?
Oh, I'm sorry, but just another note on the previous questions. You can also, because SubWallet is part of the Substrate Builders program, so the Parity, which is like the company behind Polkadot, also does a pretty thorough check on our code. So that can also be another criteria or metric that you can use to judge a hot wallet. Yeah, and I think the other question you mentioned is how do wallets contribute or work with smart contracts? I think this one is a little bit on the technical side, but basically, the wallet address itself is a type of smart contract, and so what I think I'm going to have to I'm going to have to give you a more detailed answer on this later. Yeah, but basically, a hot wallet is like a gateway. So you use it to interact with what's already on a blockchain. But definitely, I will definitely get back to you on this question. So I think my Telegram handle and my Twitter handles have already been submitted to the unit team. So if you guys want to contact me directly, please feel free to do so.
Okay, awesome. So if you have if you want to learn more, you have so many further questions, then do reach out. We will be sharing the links later with you guys. And also, Nikhil is asking, so if you are a new user, would you actually recommend SubWallet over MetaMask? And also, can you actually have both MetaMask and SubWallet extension on the same?
Well, for me personally, I started by using SubWallet, and the experience has been really pleasant. It has been really easy and smooth. So I also tried MetaMask, but well, I can be biased. So if it's a question for me personally, then yes, I would recommend using SubWallet, especially since you can manage, like I said, both substrate access and EVM substrate access on SubWallet. And yes, you can have both the MetaMask and SubWallet extension on the same laptop.
Awesome. So go ahead and download these extensions, check it out for yourself, because the best way to understand is to implement the knowledge that you just gained. So do go to the SubWallet website and test it out for yourself. That will be one of the best kind of takeaways or actions you can take after this presentation. Right. So before we finish, I just wanted to ask, do we have any more burning questions? Have a couple more minutes. Okay, it seems like we don't have any more questions, but thank you for everyone who attended the session today. Thank you, especially those who asked questions and who were very curious about learning more. So very excited to have further sessions with you guys, and thank you, Mabel, for your wonderful presentation. It was really helpful, and I'm sure people learned a lot about how Web3 works and how wallets work. So thank you, everyone, for attending the session today, and hope you have a good weekend.
Thank you guys so much for having me. It's been a great pleasure.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.